Good afternoon and happy Lord's Day. I just felt to post one short video this afternoon toward the oneness. Um, I saw a live video posted on someone's Facebook account, a dear sister's Facebook account, of, I believe, an Anaheim Lord's Table meeting today, but definitely a Southern California local church Lord's Table meeting. And my heart just felt so sad because I am aware of many, many brothers who are offering their gift at the altar, and they know that some have something against them. And this has been over decades now. So I am going to just speak to a couple of those brothers. Um, well, a brother and a sister, and another brother, but in the pursuit of reconciliation. So the verses that came to me, one is Matthew 5:23-24. If you are bringing your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Okay, the gift might be financial, it might be a prayer, it might be an act of worship, it might be a decision to draw closer to God. This exposition says, but leave your gift and make things right with your brother. Be reconciled to your brother. So I would like to make it very, very clear to anyone watching this that to many of you leading ones, especially in what is called the Lord's recovery, there are people, there are your brothers and sisters who have something against you. And this is why some of us have posted things on the internet, because we would like reconciliation. And I know I'm getting even accused of trying too hard for reconciliation, but I'm still alive and I'm still legally the wife of a person who has been very respected and revered in the Lord's recovery by many, who has been a trainer in the full-time training in Anaheim, has been an elder, has been a board member of the church in Los Angeles. And so I have sought reconciliation with my husband, but also I would mainly like to speak to his parents, Willie and Rosalind, who have enabled his being separated from me indefinitely, who has, I guess, you have charged rent to my husband because when he lived with you, he said he can't help me financially. He can't participate in any of the costs of living that I bear being in our home because he has to pay the equal amount to live in Texas. But he was living with you or in one of your homes, either in Texas or in Ohio. So did my husband need to pay the same amount that he would be paying to help me as his wife with our home? Um, you could have checked with me because I'm not making ends meet. I would also like to ask you about the LLC that you incorporated, to which and from which thousands of dollars, checks of thousands of dollars, one check being $10,000, were being written by my husband between that LLC and my husband. And my address, my home address, was on the checks, but you still haven't answered me what that company is that you and my husband were making transactions between in 2020 when I was seeking divorce only because I couldn't survive the quote marriage situation. I would like to also just ask you why you haven't been able to tell me, Rosalind, that you respect my marriage and that you view me as the helpmeet of my husband. I asked you to assure me of that before you came to my home, but you came to my home anyway, and you have never assured me of that. And my husband has told me I'm too demanding to ask that of you. But I am your, until it's legally not the case, which But in God's eyes, anyway, I don't even want to get into what marriage is. But when my husband and I were trying and trying and trying to get through the situation, you refused to say that you respect me as his wife. So I would like to also talk to Samuel Liu. I have read multiple letters written to you or about you from saints by the names of Mario and Dora, a sister named Alicia, and there are other sisters and brothers and witnesses to these to types of situation where you were very abusive, controlling, and manipulative. And when a brother was being ignored and stonewalled by you in coordination meetings, he over and over asked to make things right with you. And you kept repeating with your head down some of the time and your eyes closed and your arms crossed and even foam coming out of your mouth. He records at least twice. You kept saying everything is in the hands of the blended brothers. That is not reconciling with your brother. So, Brother Samuel Liu, and to Willie and Rosalind Wise, please make it right with those who have something against you. There are many, many more in what you call the Lord's recovery, but if you are refusing to be reconciled, and if you are refusing to make it right with your brothers and sisters who have something against you because you have lied, or you have abused your, quote, power, or you have abused your position, or you have abused finances, to hurt brothers and sisters in the Lord, then I ask you to make it right. The other verse that came to me when I was viewing that Lord's table meeting footage from this morning was the verse in 1 John 4 that says, 1 John 4:20, if anyone says, I love God, and yet hates his brother or sister, he is a liar. For the person who does not love his brother or sister whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. So if you believe you love God, but you hate a brother or sister whom you have seen, the Bible calls you a liar. And please don't tell me, well, I love you, Ruth. I love you. If you are not even making things right related to months that I was forbidden to even come to my home, being told that because I've raised my voice in a situation where raising one's voice would be very appropriate, but I was told since I raised my voice, I have to leave my home and maybe never live here again. So make things right. Don't say you love me if you won't make things right with me, if you won't be reconciled. Or don't say you love your brother or your sister if you won't be reconciled. I also listened to part of a message recently where Brother Ed is sharing that the New Testament ministry is the ministry of the Spirit, the ministry of righteousness, and the ministry of reconciliation. So if you say you're one with the ministry, what ministry is it if it's not a ministry of the Spirit, of righteousness, and of reconciliation? And you have many, many brothers and sisters who have sought reconciliation, and many of you leading ones in the Lord's recovery refuse reconciliation. So I don't believe that's being one with the ministry. So I'll leave it at that. Feel free to comment. Feel free to reply to me. Feel free to call me. Feel free to visit me. I would like witnesses. If one of you that identifies being in the local church, being in the Lord's recovery actively, want to have fellowship, I would like to have witnesses, because there's been too much abuse, too much manipulation, too much dishonesty. And so I would like transparency, honesty, fellowship, genuine fellowship in spirit and truthfulness. And I would like love in truthfulness. Thank you for listening. And yeah, feel free to fellowship with me through the comments or by reaching out. Thank you.